Logan Paul has somehow got worse and has apparently started harassing retail employees. So last time on the KSI Logan saga, we talked about how Ludwig exposed Logan Paul for not drinking his own Prime and replacing it with water. The Sidemen were exposing KSI for lying about his master plan, and we talked about some instances of moldy lunchly. And today we have a bunch more updates with Logan's TikTok video allegedly harassing or doxing a retail worker. Rosanna Pansino's interview with the said retail worker and the resulting suspension he got from his job. Ludwig also responds to Logan Paul commenting under one of his clip videos. Apparently Logan Paul called him a hater and said he lied about the story a bit. Anyways, let's kick this off with Logan's tweet saying Lunchly recalled, and he's attached his video.
Alright, this is the best one yet. According to ex-users, various retail stores have recalled Lunchly products due to FDA's concerns. The sign in the tweet reads, "Due to public health concerns, the FDA has recalled Lunchly products. We will restock as soon as deemed fit for consumption and ship through our warehouses." But that's so weird because FDA recalls are public by law. And as you can see, Lunchly is not on the FDA recall list. So hold up, that means that this sign is fake. Somebody typed up and printed out a 100% lie about Lunchly being recalled, taped it to the fridge, then a picture of it was taken by someone else and posted on social media as if it were real. Community notes, where you at? Anyway, I had my forensics team look into it and they were able to find the exact location where this allegedly took place by photo matching the tweet with the gray door handle and the sales labels. Then we cross-referenced it with the locations that we distribute to. It's a Fred Meyer, and I had someone go there. Boom, exact match. Same door handle, same tag, same products even, but hold on, where is the FDA recall sign? Also, we can see the sales data. After Lunchly was recalled, it wasn't, but after that sign was posted, we continued to sell out all of the Lunchlys that hit the shelves in that store. So who put that fake sign up? Turns out it was an employee named who said this when we confronted him, and I quote, "That was like kind of rumorized, I guess, through around here, but we had seen a posting about that, but I was the one who had written that, but since we got Lunchly back, it's been taken down." When it comes down to the actual, like, I guess, accountability of it, it was a rumor that was up in the air. Since we had heard that the FDA whole thing was kaput, we took it down. Yeah, it was more of like yeah, it wasn't like a anyway. Hater or dumbass? I don't know, maybe both.
Okay, so it turns out the tweet actually got community noted. According to the employee in question, the sign was hung up during the current listeria outbreak. The employee and his manager assumed that Lunchly was recalled. The sign was removed when the store received stock, and the employee took responsibility for the mistake. So basically what happened was that this was a normal guy trying to protect his community from a bacteria outbreak, right? And he simply followed his manager's instructions. He did not take a photo of the sign. He did not post it online to make fun of Lunchly. It was a random customer who he had no contact with who did that. He was not trying to damage Lunchly's brand at all, and he immediately fixed the mistake. In fact, he fixed it so fast that before Logan Paul's representative even reached out to him and went to the store, the sign was already down and Lunchly was restocked and perfectly fine. So what does Logan do in response to this small mistake? He decides to borderline dox the guy, find his exact outlet and location, post his photos online, and essentially sick his rabid fan base on him. Not to mention also get him suspended from his job, maybe potentially even fired, we don't really know. Here's the definition of doxing: search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. Now you can form your own conclusion based on that definition, but it's definitely not a normal thing to do to a random retail worker when you're mega billionaire influencer Logan Paul here. Now Rosanna also made a video interviewing the Fred Meyer employee, and he elaborates the story as to what actually happened.
It's pretty upsetting that Logan Paul is showing the outside of the store as well as posting pictures from the employee's personal social media account. Was that really necessary? It is super creepy for a massive public persona to go to a private individual's social media accounts and then post pictures of them publicly to shame them.
Around the beginning of October, there was a listeria outbreak at a major chicken distributor, and there was numerous recalls issued for a bunch of different brands due to contaminated chicken. And I was the one that was put in charge of overseeing pulling the recalled items from the shelves and posting the signs. And I walked up to my boss and asked, should I post a sign, do you think? And he's like, well, it's going to take me a sec because I'm super busy. I'm going to have to look for the sign, but I do believe that it was on the recall list. So you can go ahead and do that, and I will post, or I will find the actual recall notice, put it up, and if it's not been, I'll pull it down. Out of the blue, I heard that somebody had taken a photo of this and posted it online. And I found this out by a Lunchly's representative that came into my work at like 9 at night. And it was starting to get a little borderline harassing because I was in the back room and he followed me into the back room to ask me if I had known about numerous different people, because he kept asking me about my Twitter presence, which is non-existent. I don't have a Twitter account. Overall, it was a mistake that I made in the process of recalls. However, it was an approved mistake through my manager. And when it came down to it, we both shared repercussions in the whole thing. It had been seen by everybody at work. We kind of have to suspend you just because we don't know what else to do. This has never happened in the entirety of the company's history. We're trying to, mitigate your suffering when it comes to the community, because there are people who have seen this and will recognize you. Even though I'd like shaved my beard and even though I was wearing a beanie pretty low over my face and everything, it was still wasn't enough. And they gave me suspension without pay, and it's pending investigation. So if I do go back to work, if they allow me to come back to work, they'll determine how much time I should have been suspended for and then back pay me.
Okay, so essentially, bro had zero malicious intent. He was just doing his job. And sure, he did make a mistake, but he's human. It happens. It was a very, very small thing. He didn't even post it online. For anyone thinking that, oh, he was just trying to damage Lunchly's reputation, like, no, it was a random dude who randomly took the photo and posted it online. The employee was doing what he thought was the right thing and trying to protect his community, right? Now, Logan even admits in the TikTok that it had zero impact on the Lunchly sales. So I don't know what the heck he's even mad about. I mean, he made one mistake, and it wasn't nearly as bad as all of the mistakes that Logan has done in the past. So I don't know. In my opinion, he's acting like an absolute clown, feeling the need to hunt this guy down and expose him to the world and potentially get him fired for this is absolutely scumbag behavior. You might not like what happened, but it did, and you could try to resolve it in a nice way, but instead he makes fun of the way he talks, and essentially he makes his representative go down to his store, and that's why he was like stuttering when he was talking to the representative. Like, if someone is aggressively confronting you, obviously you're gonna take like a minute to sort yourself out.
From what I could tell, the entirety of his video was based off of like the first 30 seconds of our interaction where I was caught off guard, and then after also pressing me for the same answer over and over until they got a very simplified version of it. Because what I had said on to them was that it was a mistake on my behalf, to which I will ask my managers to retrain me on the recalling process, and overall it will not happen again. I thought that they were going to operate in good faith is the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, how many Lunchly items total do you think that your store received? Like, Logan showed about $100 in sales at your store. Is that roughly accurate?
I would say so. Ultimately, it didn't seem like the sign had any effect on his sales, and even he in his own video said that. He pointed out that the sales weren't affected by this whole thing. So I'm a little confused as to the anger and the frustration coming from him, because it's like, you do realize that people make mistakes, right? And that I'm not an idiot just because I made a mistake. Calling me a dumbass hit a little hard considering I'm autistic, and so it's one of those things that oftentimes I have trouble communicating myself, and that's just the thing. Is if you come up to me in a confrontational manner, it disturbs my equilibrium. Yeah, I'm sure anybody in that situation could understand. My intention was just to look out for my community during a listeria outbreak, and his goal was to use me as a commercial. And I'm a free commercial to the guy, and ultimately it was a dehumanizing thing to see myself used as a puppet.
Yeah, that is just absolutely pathetic by that Lunchly representative and Logan. Like, they came in being super ultra aggressive, when instead you can just calmly ask what happened and try to fix the problem from there. And in fact, by the time they even arrived, the problem was already fixed. The sign was taken down, Lunchly was restocked, everything was normal. Taking a simple, honest mistake from a guy trying to do the right thing and then using it to try and ruin his entire life is just absolutely crazy. It is completely unhinged. And if we applied that same standard to Logan, bro would have his life ruined about 80 times, all right? After this, the employee addresses the potential doxing that happened.
Were the photos of you and the store Logan shared in his video accurate?
They were, yeah. Yeah, he showed the front of my store, which if you can geo-track based off of handles and store fixtures, I'm pretty sure you can geo-track based off of that. So my safety is kind of, I feel, in jeopardy because he's got some pretty crazy fans. And like, I mean, I'm sure everybody does. I'm starting to get a little worried about my bills. And now that I'm suspended, it's making things a little bit more taxing.
I mean, I definitely feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's not like Logan Paul here with infinite wealth. Obviously, some of this stuff will actually really affect him. If there's like Logan Paul fans looking out for him or something like that, or you know, just getting suspended or potentially fired, obviously it's gonna put a little stress on you. He's talked about how he has kids and he's worried about bills regarding everything. So Rosanna actually did a very nice thing for him. She started a GoFundMe and it has raised about $10,000 now. So if you want to support him, go ahead and donate if you feel that he was treated wrongly by Logan and his team and you want to show your support, feel free. Here's a couple messages from some generous donators. I'll support you all the way. I also have autism and know what it's like to be harassed and mocked from others growing up just for being different. You didn't deserve having your livelihood in jeopardy because of it. I hope life will treat you well from now on, and now you can support your wife and kids without struggle. Much love. Casey, you do not deserve what is happening to you, and I was so heartbroken hearing you speak about how this situation has impacted your personal life. Wishing you and your family the best. So yeah, that was pretty sweet by the internet. I'm glad that people are supporting him over Logan in this situation, because I know some people can look at it from the perspective of Logan as well, and I do understand that, okay, it was like a fake sign put up and, you know, it might have damaged your reputation and, you know, people were talking about it and all that, and I understand that's bad, but you can just say the sign is fake and, you know, ask the store to take it down, which it was already done. You know, track this guy down, take a picture of the front of the store and then show his body, and basically, you know, you can recognize the guy obviously, and essentially get a retail worker fired from his job for making like an insignificant mistake that wasn't even a mistake because it was approved by his manager. Like, if your boss is telling you to do something, if you don't do it, like, you're actually the guy disobeying the rules there. So I don't know what he was even supposed to have done there. Please support Casey's GoFundMe. At the time of posting this video, he's suspended without pay because of Logan Paul's video. He was wrongly attacked by Logan Paul in a video posted to Logan's millions of followers. No person or company should support Logan Paul's behavior. As Dan TDM once famously said, do better. Celebrity doxing is wrong, but a celebrity doxing a normal person is so much worse. Logan, the man who filmed the deceased man's body, disrespected him and an entire nation, allegedly did stuff to majority of his pets, sold the drink. Okay, he's the one who wants to talk about what's right and wrong. Sir, sit down. It's actually so scary that this man is a father, poor child. The fact that Logan with his massive following is comfortable literally doxing someone is extremely concerning. There should absolutely be legal repercussions against him. So it seems like the general sentiment that people do actually believe this is doxing. I don't know if it actually falls under that definition completely. In my opinion, yes, he was harassing him in some form. That's sort of the impression I got, and if people were coming up to him because of Logan, I mean, I do feel bad for him. Anyways, before we move on to the update on Ludwig just absolutely destroying Logan Paul, I wanted to show you this really funny edit that Rosanna put in her video.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin who has made it her entire identity to speak negatively on all things Mr. Beast. An attention-hungry little clout goblin.
I think there's someone hanging right there.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin.
CoffeeZilla, you're slimy as Thank you, CoffeeZilla. And I am very grateful for your work and your investigation.
An attention-hungry little clout goblin.
Also, the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Clout goblin.
Yeah, like I like my cheese moldy, bro.
Clout goblin. Clout goblin. Clout goblin.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Okay, that's definitely a 10 out of 10 edit. I love how Logan Paul calling people attention-hungry clout goblins when this guy's one of the most blood-sucking leech clout goblins out there on the planet, dude. Like, this guy having the audacity to, you know, call out somebody else for a tiny mistake when he's just a massive hypocrite is absolutely crazy, man. Anyways, moving on to the Ludwig and Logan Paul beef. Basically, we covered the first part in an earlier video. Basically, Ludwig called out Logan Paul on stream and basically said that he was faking drinking his own Prime, and essentially he doesn't like his own drink or something like that, right? And Logan has actually responded to that in a comment on one of the clips.
So I sneakily grabbed his Prime, and I was going to put some in the cap. But when I did, I noticed the color was weird, and I took a sip. It was water. Logan Paul replaced the Prime with water. Anyway, Logan Paul took the time to see this video and reply. He said, I had a singular prime I brought in myself. I drank the prime, ran out of prime, no more prime. Options. 1, throw out empty prime bottle and miss opportunity for brand placement in a Mr. Beast video while I drink out of a random water bottle. Throw out bottle or fill it with water, the only liquid they gave us at the time, and continue to plug, always plug. I chose option 2. You also thought I rigged the game. I didn't. You also thought I left on purpose. I didn't. Stop being a hater. To which I think Logan makes a lot of sense here. The only thing I would say in response, why did you sue CoffeeZilla? Why did you sue CoffeeZilla after thanking him for exposing the crypto fraud that you were part of? Are you scared of what future things he's going to say? Why are you suing CoffeeZilla? Why are you replying to me joking and talking about a water bottle scandal and not replying to CoffeeZilla and you suing him into silence? Why? Are you scared of him saying things? Why are you suing CoffeeZilla? Fucking reply to that. What? You're worried about a water bottle. Why are you suing a fellow YouTuber? What? Reply to that. And I was so close to getting back on the Logan Paul train. Lord knows I was so close. And then he went and sued CoffeeZilla. I think he's a piece of shit. I think it's a piece of shit move. He won't reply to that shit.
Man, Ludwig is on a roll. Another W take by Ludwig. That is pretty much the perfect response right there. Focus on the more important things. Obviously, regarding the water bottle story, it's a he said type of situation. We don't actually know what happened there. I'm more inclined to believe Ludwig over Logan Paul because I'd imagine he's a less of a liar than Ludwig, obviously. But the fact of the matter is, it was a funny side story to just poke fun at and laugh at. Nobody really cares about what actually happened there, but suing CoffeeZilla for exposing him is just an absolute horrible scumbag behavior move, and that's the stuff you should actually be talking about and addressing. But obviously, Logan, KSI, Mr. Beast, the Three Stooges are always going to dodge accountability and all the serious allegations, all the legitimate stuff we've seen that is horrible, and, you know, just address these tiny things. Like, they'll respond to tweets about Lunchley or whatever and not respond to any of the serious allegations. Now, I know Mr. Beast did just put out that little tweet saying that, oh, we've investigated ourselves and found ourselves innocent or whatever, but, you know, I'm not buying that. Go into the nitty-gritty details, make a video, address every single allegation, every single Discord message, every single instance of why you're deleting the illegal lottery videos, why you're doing all of this. Until you do that, nobody's going to be on your side, at least reputation-wise, you know? Except Mr. B's glazers, who are ever present nowadays. Here's the comments on Ludwig's response. It's crazy that Logan will ignore hundreds of people telling him to pay back his victims, but will immediately respond to Ludwig saying he was drinking water. I pray for his bankruptcy. I've never seen a creator's comment on the bottom before. That's wild. That's probably because everybody disliked a comment, which I don't think I've ever done in my life. Lol, he could have asked for a new prime since you were all offered, but instead chose water to put inside his bottle. No, his no more prime argument made no sense. I'm pretty sick of I was so close to getting on the Logan Paul train, but then, can we please stop forgiving this man? In like 2 years, people are going to be saying the same thing after CoffeeZilla. I was so close to forgiving, but then does another awful thing. He's constantly doing awful crap. Why is anyone close to forgiving him? I don't get it. Yeah, this is the Ludwig effect. I don't think anybody actually thinks this. It's just the old Ludwig PR coming out, the old Ludwig glazing the big creators coming out. But, you know, he's slowly transitioning to the right side, and I can respect that. You know, I've given him props. I said, you can't spell Ludwig without a W. All right, I've said it, and hopefully he doesn't let me down. Now, this was the ending portion of Logan's video.
Oh, and I also saw this video.
As of right now, it is believed that all of the Lunchlys are being discontinued in various stores.
Yeah, that's also not true. Turkey Stack'ems are not discontinued. Stores are selling them as we speak, and they're also still on Kroger's website, which would be crazy for an item that's discontinued.
There turns out somebody on Twitter actually said they took the photo. Hey, I'm the guy who took the photo. This was actually the 4th Kroger I drove to that it said it was marked as discontinued. By the way, you still haven't addressed the mole. Okay, so there's no way for me to actually confirm this, but this is what this person is claiming. But I just gotta say, bragging about 2 reviews, and of those 2 reviews, there's a 3-star rating, is absolutely crazy. The standard is so absolutely low. And, you know, why is he bragging about it not being, like, recalled or discontinued? Because shouldn't it have been recalled because of, like, the mold? I don't know how this works, but why are you, like, allowing those moldy products to be in the store for your fans to eat? Like, I would probably want to recall it and put a temporary suspension until the problem is fixed, and then you can restock it as normal, right? So I I don't know. They obviously don't take any accountability. In fact, they find it funny. Logan was laughing at the mold on his podcast, which is just disgusting. You know, people can eat that and get sick, and these are your own fans and viewers. I don't know. They're just crazy money hungry. They don't really care about the health of their fans. Anyways, if you're wondering what KSI is thinking, Logan cooked. The glizzy is deep. It is so deep. It is practically exiting out the other end at this point, KSI. You need to stop. Much safer to leave the mold in, of course. Anyways, that's it for the updates today. Hope you had a good meal if you were eating while watching this video. Gotcha. Again, I gotcha. 2 in a row. This is great. This is great. All right. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.